Hey everyone, in this video, we'll uncover the most valuable USA silver Washington quarter dollar you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these silver Washington quarter dollar so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. So let's get started. First up, the 1966 Washington quarter. Dollar without a mint mark is a coin that carries a story from a time of big changes in American coinage. Many people still call it a silver quarter because of its bright silvery color, but it is not made of real silver. The United States Mint stopped making silver quarters after 1964 because the price of silver had gone up too much. Starting in 1965, all Washington quarters were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. That means they have a layer of nickel on the outside and a copper core inside. This change helped the mint continue producing coins without losing money on the metal content. The 1966 quarter may look silver, but it is actually made of base metals, except for a few rare mint errors that were struck on leftover 1964 silver planchettes. Those few accidental silver planchette pieces are very valuable and highly sought after by collectors. Your coin, described as having no mint mark, a large date, and being in damaged condition with scratches, was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. During this period, the Philadelphia Mint did not put mint marks on coins, so it is normal for your coin to be without one. The 1966 quarter was produced in large quantities, and there are no major varieties or special types for that year. The large date appearance is common for all of them. The damage and scratches on your coin show that it has seen heavy circulation over time. This means it was used in everyday transactions, passed through many hands, and likely rubbed against other coins, which caused the marks, worn edges, and flattened designs. The obverse side of the 1966 quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. On worn or damaged examples, Washington's hair details are faint, and the high points of his face, especially the cheek and jawline, appear smooth. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" may look faded, but remain readable. On the reverse side, the eagle stands with its wings spread, clutching arrows with olive branches below, a symbol of both defense and peace. In a coin with scratches or wear, the feathers of the eagle's wings are usually rubbed flat, and the lettering around the rim loses sharpness because your 1966 quarter is in damaged condition. Its value in today's market is quite low. The total mintage was huge, over 800 million coins, so they are very easy to find. In average circulated condition, a 1966 Washington quarter is usually worth only its face value of 25 cents. Even in fine or extra fine condition, its value rarely exceeds $1. Uncirculated examples with bright luster might sell for a few dollars, typically between $2 and $5. Only coins in perfect mint condition, graded MS66 or MS67 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can reach prices between $20 and $50. However, since your coin is scratched and damaged, it falls in the lowest category and is worth around face value. One special case that every collector checks for is the rare 1966 quarter struck on a silver planchette. If your coin happens to be one of those transitional errors, its value could be much higher. You can check this easily by weighing the coin on a precise scale. A regular clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a genuine silver planchette coin weighs about 6.25 grams. If your coin weighs closer to 6.25 grams and has a completely silver-colored edge without the usual copper stripe, it might be one of those rare silver errors. In that case, it should be authenticated by a grading service. Such verified transitional errors have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Next up, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar with a D. Mint mark is a coin that often draws attention because of its bright, silvery color. But it is important to note that the 1974 quarter was not made of real silver. By that time, the United States Mint had already stopped using silver in regular circulating quarters for a full decade. The last year of silver quarters for general circulation was 1964. Starting in 1965, all quarters were produced using a copper-nickel-clad composition, which means they have a pure copper core and outer layers made of nickel. This gave them a shiny appearance similar to silver, but with no actual silver content. The 1974 D quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, as shown by the small d mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. Your coin is described as being in fine condition with some scratches. That means it has visible wear from circulation, with moderate smoothing on the raised parts of the design, and some details are no longer sharp. Fine condition is a mid-grade level that still shows the main design elements clearly, but with significant flattening on the highest points. The scratches indicate that the coin has been handled and used over the years, perhaps in pockets or cash registers, leading to surface marks and small abrasions. The obverse side of the coin carries the famous portrait of George Washington, first designed by John Flanagan in 1932, to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. On a 1974 D quarter in fine condition, you can expect to see wear on Washington's hair, especially around the curls and the top of the head. The word Liberty at the top and the motto, "In God We Trust," on the left remain readable, but may appear slightly dull or faded. The date 1974 appears at the bottom, still clear and bold. The reverse side features the American bald eagle, standing proudly with its wings outstretched and perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below. This design symbolizes both strength and peace. On your coin, the eagle's feathers are likely smooth, and the fine details in the wings and tail are no longer crisp. The inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus, unum, and $quarter can still be seen clearly, though the surface luster has probably dulled from circulation. In terms of rarity and value, the 1974 D quarter is a very common coin. The Denver Mint produced over 353 million of them that year, meaning they are still easily found in circulation today. Because of this high mintage, even coins in decent condition do not hold significant collector value. In fine condition, a 1974 D quarter typically trades for its face value of 25 cents. In extra fine or about uncirculated condition, it might bring slightly more, around 30 to 50 cents. Uncirculated examples with bright original luster and few marks can be worth $1 to $2, while high-grade mint stake coins certified by professional grading companies can sell for $5 to $10. Only the most flawless pieces, graded MS-67 or higher, may reach prices around $20 to $40 at auctions. But those are rare quality examples. There are no major errors or varieties associated with the 1974 D Washington quarter. Although some collectors do look for a minor strike doubling or off-center strikes, which can increase value slightly. Occasionally, counterfeiters try to plate 1974 quarters in silver or other metals to make them appear more valuable. But these are not genuine silver coins. The best way to confirm whether a quarter contains silver is by checking its edge. If you can see a copper-colored stripe running along the edge, that means it is a regular copper-nickel-clad coin. True silver quarters, like those from 1964 and earlier, have a solid silver edge with no copper line visible. If you weigh your coin, it should come out to around 5.67 grams, which is the standard weight for all clad quarters. A real silver quarter would weigh closer to 6.25 grams. If your coin matches the lighter clad weight, it confirms that it contains no silver content. There are no known 1974 D silver quarters made by mistake. So any that appear silver-colored are just regular clad coins. Next up, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar. Without a mint mark is an interesting coin that often confuses people because of its shiny silver-like color. Many assume it is made of silver, but in reality, the 1974 quarter was not struck from silver for general circulation. By 1974, the United States Mint had long stopped using silver in regular quarters. The last year of silver content in Washington quarters was 1964, starting in 1965. All regular quarters were produced from a copper-nickel-clad composition, meaning they consist of a pure copper core with outer layers made of nickel. This gives the coin a silvery appearance, but it contains no actual silver unless it happens to be a rare error struck on an old 90% silver planchette. Your coin. Described as having a large date, no mint mark, and being in good condition with some scratches. Was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1974, Philadelphia did not use a mint mark on its coins, which is why your quarter appears without one. The term large date refers to the size of the date on the coin's obverse. But for the 1974 issue, all quarters have a uniform date size. There are no known large or small date varieties. The appearance of a large date is often due to the wear or boldness of the strike. Since your coin is in good condition, it shows clear signs of wear from circulation. The high points of the design are smooth. The fine details are faint, and scratches are visible across its surface from years of handling and contact with other coins. When it comes to value, the 1974 quarter without a mint mark is a common coin. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 801 million of them, making it one of the most plentiful Washington quarters of the 1970s. Because of this high mintage and the absence of silver, the coin's collector value is very low unless it is in pristine, uncirculated condition or has a rare error. In good circulated condition, such as yours, the 1974 quarter is worth its face value of 25 cents. In slightly better grades like fine or very fine, it might sell for around 30 to 50 cents. Uncirculated examples with sharp details and bright luster can bring $1 to $2, while certified high-grade coins graded MS66 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sometimes sell for $10 to $30. However, coins with scratches or visible damage remain in the lowest value range. There is one exception that would make a 1974 quarter far more valuable: a rare transitional error. Occasionally, coins were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchettes from earlier years. These rare mistakes can be identified by their weight and color. A regular clad 1974 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams, while a true silver quarter would weigh around 6.25 grams. You can check this by weighing the coin on a digital scale. Another clue is the coin's edge. If you see a copper-colored stripe along the edge, it is a regular clad coin. A genuine silver coin would have a solid silver edge with no copper line visible. So far, there have been no verified reports of 1974 quarters struck on silver planchettes. But checking the weight is always a good idea, especially for older coins. While your 1974 quarter without a mint mark is not made of silver and does not have significant monetary value, it still holds a place in numismatic history. It represents the era of modern U.S. coinage, when the mint had fully transitioned away from silver and moved into large-scale clad coin production. Quarters from the early 1970s circulated heavily throughout the country, used daily in parking meters, vending machines, and stores. For collectors, even these common coins tell a story of America's economic adjustments and technological advances in minting. Next up, the 1985 Washington quarter dollar with the P. Mint mark is a coin that many people often mistake for being made of silver because of its shiny color. But, in reality, it is not a silver coin. By 1985, the United States Mint had already been producing non-silver quarters for 20 years. The last circulating silver quarters were minted in 1964. Starting in 1965, all regular quarters were made with a copper-nickel clad composition, meaning the coin has a pure copper core covered with layers of nickel on both sides. This mix gives it a silver-like look, but there is no real silver in it. Only special proof coins made for collectors in certain sets contain 90% silver, and those are clearly labeled as such. The 1985 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the P Mint mark located on the obverse. Just to the right of George Washington's ponytail, your coin is described as having a large date, being in dirty condition and showing some scratches. All 1985 quarters have the same size date, as there are no official large or small date varieties for that year. The dirt and scratches are a result of long-term circulation. Coins that have been used for many years naturally pick up grime, small cuts, and wear from being exchanged countless times. In this condition, known as dirty or circulated, most of the original shine is gone, and the fine details are faded. Scratches or marks may appear across the coin's surface, often caused by contact with other coins or rough handling. In terms of value, the 1985 P quarter is considered a very common coin. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 775 million quarters that year, which means there are still millions of them in circulation today. Because of this extremely high mintage and the lack of silver content, circulated coins like yours hold very little collector value. In dirty or scratched condition, your coin is worth its face value of 25 cents. In slightly better grades, like fine or very fine, it might sell for 30 to 50 cents if it has less wear. Uncirculated examples with bright luster and no scratches can be worth $1 to $2. And coins in certified mint state grades such as MS66 or MS67 can reach $15 to $30 in auctions, depending on their condition and eye appeal. There are no major varieties or rare errors for the 1985 P quarter that would make a circulated coin significantly more valuable. However, collectors sometimes search for small, striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing letters, which can increase the value slightly. If your coin appears normal and has only dirt and scratches, it falls within the standard circulation category. Some people also check the edge of the coin to see if it might be silver. But you will notice a copper-colored stripe running along the edge of your 1985 quarter. That stripe is the exposed copper core of the coin and confirms that it is made from copper-nickel clad, not silver. If it were made of real silver, the edge would appear solid silver with no copper visible, and the coin would weigh about 6.25 grams instead of the standard 5.67 grams for clad quarters. The only 1985 quarters that contain silver are special collector versions from proof sets made in San Francisco, which carry an S Mint mark instead of a P. Even though your coin's monetary value is low, it still carries a bit of history. The 1985 quarter represents a time when the Washington quarter had already become a familiar part of American daily life, used across the country in stores, parking meters, and vending machines. Its design had stood the test of time, remaining unchanged for decades, and symbolizing both national pride and tradition. For coin collectors, even common pieces like this one tell a story about the production and circulation of U.S. currency during the 1980s. If you wish to keep this coin in your collection, avoid cleaning it, even though it appears dirty. Cleaning often leaves scratches and can remove the original surface layer, reducing what little collectible value the coin has. It's better to leave it in its natural state and store it in a protective holder or coin album to prevent further wear. In summary, your 1985 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark, large date, in dirty condition with some scratches, is a regular copper-nickel clad coin, not made of silver. Its value in today's market is about 25 cents, though uncirculated or high-grade examples can bring $40,000. While it may not be valuable in terms of money, it remains a small piece of American history that reflects the enduring legacy of George Washington's image and the nation's minting craftsmanship.